bit.
Alright, there we go. So this is Build a Game 7, and it is me, John, and so this is I think one way or the other like the final stream for this game.
The final stream.
Yeah.
Like the final countdown.
Yeah.
Make it all dramatic.
Yeah.
This is it.
But it is it to a degree. So I think like the way I'm kind of planning about doing this is, we have like, there's an idea of where I want to go with it. Well, I guess here's the thing. Like I have an idea of like how I want to finish this out. Where I think it's just we'll take what we have right now and kind of like make something like really basic. Just give like some sort of like interactivity. Like even if it's really basic. I think just something where you can like go through and just interact with things, and that'll be enough. Because there's stuff like I think I was thinking about like sound and just like some extra mechanics and things and like
particle effects.
Yeah, but there's just and I'll probably talk through it a little bit. Don't mind the cheese stuff we're looking up. That's on stream now for everyone. So I mean, this is why I want. Oh, there we go. Whatever. So basically, it's like I just want to take like what we have already and just make, kind of just like make some environment that is decent and. Kind of just like leave it at that. And I think like after this stream, I'll spend this weekend, like I think I'll add some sounds, I'll add a menu. Are you hearing anything?
Oh, I'm just checking. That's why I'm not getting all close. Try not to interrupt and just hug my computer, but now I've destroyed my sound. Okay, it's all froze now.
Oh dear.
Because I'm plugged. I have problems with my sound speakers.
That's fine. But anyway, like, I mean, I think basically, as far as we're going to get tonight, if there's like something that's just like fundamentally like if there's like something I was in the middle of that like hard stop, it's going to be like at 11 or something, is the deadline. But I'll try and like upload the game to Itch over the weekend, like Itch.io, add some menus, add like give proper credits to everything that we got, and then from there, like it's just it will be existent. So I guess we'll get into it now a little bit. I will also point out that Frederica started her Build the Game series 2 weeks ago. It is not uploaded. I will try to. I'll finish uploading this series and then I'll start uploading hers. And there's a lot of other videos we've been behind on. It's been summer and there's like one person doing all the uploading, so that's kind of the issue we have. Interesting. I don't know where this preview is coming from. I don't know if this is like the lighting or I don't know. She started she's doing Construct 2, which is a game engine that she is really more familiar with. I think what I'm going to start doing, do I close that door? Maybe.
You want to hear the kitchen?
Yeah.
Kitchen dishes. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna fiddling with my sound stuff some more. I think that's when I have my Chrome open too long. I think it messes with my speakers. Time to switch browsers.
I'm going to do something very, very, very silly. Whoops.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna restart my computer. Let's see if that's gonna fix the sound part, but
Whoops.
alright.
So I think as I'm putting this together, I'm just making this like very basic like gate fence prop.
Looks good. Alright, so then you're gonna paint it like you did with the trees? It was magic
Maybe.
painted last time.
Yeah. I don't know if I will, because I want to like make it so it's like physical, so like you can't move past it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, maybe I will do that.
You can't make it physical if you paint it?
You probably can, but it's something that I would have to like start looking up and looking through, and more trouble than I think it might be worth.
We put a sign that says, pretend you can't walk here.
Yeah. Well, I think what I might do actually is I just have like invisible collider, just like uniform, so it's not physical. But I think like
Oh,
no problems. We just started. No, come on, Cube.
alright, sound's
Yeah.
working. Good to go.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is. Nope.
Oh no. Do some nice modeling here, you know.
Well, this computer's on like a little edge there.
And knock it over.
Oh, what? Alright, whatever. It's a lot more values than I thought was happening.
Well, maybe the art style, just a little lopsided.
Yeah, that's fine. So I was we were just talking about how you're starting Construct to build a game. Frederica build a game.
Yep. We got pretty far on, I think.
Yeah. I think like when it comes back around to me, which I am hoping will not be for a while. I mean, this is fun, but I think the biggest hurdle for me is like I'm doing this in a game engine that I am not like overtly familiar with, and also like did not bother really doing that much work in between. Because I feel like it wasn't a case of like being like super unprepared, but I think like it's just it's like a giant game engine that like I just don't know how to use. So it's like
You're learning as you go.
Yeah. So I think it's just interesting to see that process. I'll say this, like I think the process is fine. It's just very exhausting to be streaming along with learning. I would not recommend that.
Okay, yeah.
So I think like my next build a game would be in Unity, which is kind of more, I don't know. I mean, Unity's Unity. Like it's not any more boring to look at than Unreal.
What do you got? It says colors in it. That doesn't look
That's
boring.
true.
Look at the happy trees. Some green edge. We just need to put a lake and a castle, and we got Hogsworth. Hogwarts. There it is. Hogwarts.
So where did I put these like trees? It's a question.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yep. Okay. Let's make a material. Oh wait, no, I have what? I should have a material somewhere.
Material for what? Wood?
Well, because I have this like brown material.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to. Actually, no, I'll do.
Oh, maybe you can make a stone. Like that. And even then, it looks like the little bleeding over kind of looks like notches.
Yeah.
So it looks purposeful.
I was kind of hoping the color would be like more.
You could just make the square a little wider to make it
That's
easier.
true. Yeah.
Easier for you. I know that's what I do sometimes. It's like, well, I'll just make my base bigger if I can't get it lined up. Ha. Oh, that made everything bigger, didn't it? They're all.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Nice.
What I'll do actually. There we go. It kind of looks more fence-like, I think. I don't know.
It's cool.
But,
You can
yeah.
layer them, make a cage. Make the whole world out of that shape. You bring it down low enough, looks like Lego piece.
Yeah. Make it a little bit smaller, I think. Nope.
Oh no.
Do this one at a time, I think. I don't think Unreal. Oh, is this like uniform or something? Whatever. Alright, I'm leaving it. Oh wait, no, this was perfect. Wait, what's this? It's like now it's good. Now it's good. Okay. It's doing that's like the size I wanted. I was trying to go for.
Yes, I would say the same thing. Keep that story.
I'm gonna detach these.
Yeah, I guess the important thing just blends so well in with the ground, right? The color.
Yeah.
It's alright. You can put a nice cartoon shader on it, kind of get nice black outlines. I'm just messing with that.
There we go. So that looks fence-like.
Oh, those shadows are pretty good too.
Yeah. I kind of want to fix the lighting because it's really like just very weird. If you make this whole thing. Wow.
Well, we can make it really lighting intense. It's not really graphically demanding. Just use all that power on the lights.
Yeah. Can I what? Can I merge all this together? I don't think I want to do that yet. I think I want to.
Like flatten it or something? Okay, but you just lock it so you don't have to touch it?
I want to try and change this. Oh. I think that's like some of their defaults.
Start
Yeah, I think it's actually like textured. It's like actual tree bark.
Is there like an extra step to that? Can you just like take a picture of tree bark and then use that picture as a texture? Is there like an extra step you gotta do?
There's some stuff you could do to make it look a little bit better. Like yeah, I mean like when you make a material, you can definitely add a wherever the editor for that is. You can definitely like add a texture to it and add like different visual effects. Some of that I think I went over in my lesson night for Unreal.
Yeah, that. Watch the lesson night. There you go.
Huh?
To the audience. Watch
Yeah.
the lesson night. Plugging that in there. It's on technologyspace.com.
Yeah, click on the learn link.
And on there. And then I imagine you'd be scrolling down. What would it be there? Nice.
I don't know.
That wood looks nice too.
And then I can delete that. Nope. Cancel.
Force.
It's deleting this menu instead of this object here. Okay, there's something weird with the lighting, I think. You're noticing that stuff here?
Oh, the writing on it?
Yeah.
Because that's part of the, we're using one of their textures and they're like watermarked it.
Maybe. I think it's the lighting. It might be something to do with like baking it.
This is like a preview, right? A preview.
Yeah. I'm not terribly worried about that yet.
Oh, man. That's a scattered fence.
That's not anything.
It does look like just Lego pieces on the ground.
Yeah. Not anything what I intended.
Hi everyone. So how's the chat doing today?
You only have 3 people on it.
Nice.
It's pretty good. John's gonna make a fence here and we're gonna learn how to destroy it. As the chinchillas ram it and add particles and shaders to the effects.
It'll be just like Tetris.
Many ways. All the fun ways.
Very solid looking fence.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were commenting on the gaps.
Yeah, they're not gonna squeeze through that.
No, yeah, it's for the chinchillas.
Yeah, I mean, they might jump over it if they have jumping.
I don't think we're gonna get jumping in.
In that case, it should work very well. Yes, this is how game decisions are made, right?
Yeah. Just like, what is like the easiest thing I can do right now? Let's make a. Where am I looking? Oh, so that's the. Alright, I'm gonna rename this world page. I'm gonna make a folder. No, wait. Oh, there we go. Don't want fences. I want.
Oh no. Look at my mouse.
Hey, it's moving. That means it's working. What's the problem?
I'm not touching it.
It's possessed. You got a poltergeist in your mouse.
A haunted mouse.
It's trying to tell you something, like a Ouija board. Tell our futures, mouse. Come on, you can do it. Is it not a laser mouse? Is it a wheel? No, it's a laser, right? It's still
See, making games is really exciting.
Yeah.
moving mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, well, alright, I don't want this to take off.
Nice. That looks a lot like a fence.
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks like you got a farm.
It's kind of a farm.
The good old Stardew Valley influence. But teaching us how to be a good neighbor here
Right.
by fencing in all the animals.
It's destructive chinchilla creatures.
What is that? Fences make good neighbors.
Are these?
Good fences make good neighbors? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't see anything. There you go, that's fine. Yep. Tip. Boop. 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 Don't read this one.
Alright, check that off the Trello card. Fence created. Next card. Oh man, you gonna make a gate too that opens and closes? Is that what the hole's for?
Maybe. I kind of wish these had meshes. Alright, well.
Well, just make an invisible collider like you said.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. Dirt.
Yeah.
I did say that.
It's a separate object, just throw it on there.
Yeah.
It's, I wonder maybe it's, well, I don't know if it's more efficient, but. No. Oh, I see. It's gonna be a wall.
I think I'm going to delete this because it's not the intent. I need to, so I kind of forget that it's not as easy to just like make it squared and, actually, is it?
What?
Boop. Yep, there we go.
Oh, now you can see it though, right?
I'm gonna,
So it's hot here.
yeah.
4 people, 4 computers? Yeah.
Well,
Or are you just making a general comment about the weather?
yeah.
No. That is true. It is hot here. What did you do today to evade the heat? Were you able to?
I slept through it.
Slept through it.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. I was back in the old days when mankind, I guess, lived in caves, sleeping through it and then coming out during.
They didn't want to deal with their problems, they just slept
It's
through it to the
just-
next day.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the hot savannah or wherever it happened, I'm sure you weren't out doing all your chores at noon. I guess we didn't have to do that for that. We just take from the Spanish siesta. Huh?
Yeah. Pretty many stores. I just got this game, House Flipper, on Steam.
House what?
Flipper.
Oh, House Flipper. Okay, I think I saw that.
It's so addicting. It's like basically you just doing chores around a virtual house, and it's like so relaxing.
It's pretty light, yeah.
Alright, I think we got this set up.
Yeah, so now we gotta think of the idea. What's the next chore-like activity that can be gamified that has not been gamified yet? Right? Remember, we've got building houses and building computers.
There was like a really great game from. Oh, all right.
Well, one person at Interactive Showcase came in and wanted to make a llama farming simulator. I told her. She apparently lived far out, but I recommended the website and game design and stuff. I said, I think that would be great. I think people would love it to get a llama farming simulator. I don't know what they do on a llama farm, so that's very interesting.
They bounce a lot.
Oh my god.
They
All right.
bounce on it. Oh, did it not work? The invisible wall?
No. Windows tools.
Blocking thought.
Bless you.
They actually have a particular volume for invisible walls. Huh.
That makes sense.
Yes, it's like the bane of every gamer is the invisible wall. And you have to just give you a tool to put it in all your games
Well, how do
easily.
you think they did it? Yep. Can't
Mhm.
move. So now we gotta make that. Now I can't click on it. It's too invisible. Gonna put it low so.
Those prefabs, you just attach it to the prefab.
Trying to make it so like it can. It's about there we go. So now it's about like the size of about a leg of the fence. I really like their whatever this transform tool or whatever they have because you can like see the exact angle you're moving.
Yeah, it's looking really snappy in the way you're handling it. Now, is that something that can move or is it static? Like, put it on
Yeah, I think this is static.
Oh, so you put it on the player and they got like force field.
You probably could.
Well,
If I had to
it's
get-
not. If it's static, right? It's not supposed to be
Yeah.
moving, but that's like a cheap force field.
Just put it, there you go. I think it collided.
Well,
All
it's
right, now
working.
you can jump over it. That's good.
Alright. Visual part of the fence complete.
Yeah.
Mechanical part complete. Dynamic part complete.
Move this chinchilla out. Take a oops. Two bits of the fence. Just make like a very static gate. Colors these differently.
Nice.
Reminds me of that commercial, right? Static will stop you.
Huh?
Static will stop you. Yeah, it's like one of those laundry commercials about static electricity, and now it's static volumes,
Oh.
and it's stopping them, right? It's
Yeah.
just that silly one.
There we go. So it's just kind of a little visual.
Do they stop the bullet when you shoot the bullet at them?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
gonna.
Cool. Except if it gets underneath them. That's cool.
That's alright. little top hat chinchilla. So I'm going to. So we have this, which I like. I like this little fence we got now. I'm going to try and fix the lighting. Because. No, that. Don't know what that did. Light source.
It's just those preview ones that get to you. Maybe we can make it dust.
The issue's not really like a great angle for anything. So let's save this. It's like if we go back to advanced lighting, what's this? Save selected. Oh, what?
What is that?
Yeah.
This is a
demo model.
yeah.
That's an advanced lighting on it. Okay.
Oh no, okay, I see. So there's like a I had thought that this was a asset that I had paid for because they use the same tutorial, but I think it's just happens. I think it's just a default with Unreal. So I'm like, oh no, I uploaded some stuff.
Oh Lord, what is this?
This is kind of like their starter. Well, so it's kind of showing the particles and the normal mapping you could do. This is where like the grass and the wood comes from, yeah.
Oh wow, it's pouring outside.
Oh, it's raining a little bit, yeah. Well, it's okay, we're inside.
Yeah. My car is a couple blocks away. As we'll see when it's midnight.
Oh, your car will be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna be fine walking over. Wow, this is intense. Just flowing water.
Ocean water.
Oh, bonk. fogs.
You gotta put a fog in the scene? Give me a little bit.
I don't know. What I was trying to find is this map. Annoying, we got. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so like the lighting here is like, this is the light I'm trying to go for, where it's, you know, there's some shadow, but it's not like dominating. You know, I'm kind of wondering. I just.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, just do whatever we. Well, I shouldn't say every. Let's do it. You know, a freshman writing their paper, copy paste it over the scene, see what happens, see how it goes.
Kind of wondering if I could like. I feel like this will go very wrong.
Yeah, probably. But it might be fun to try. Oh, look at that.
I don't remember when we. They always jumping like that.
Yeah, they always had like a little pop to them. Well, not always. That was one of the build a game things. You put the pop to them. So not like, yeah.
Boy, if John remembers that he added that.
I don't remember. I never remember. It all just.
That wasn't a big thing. I must have been like an hour or two.
This is not doing the thing that I wanted to do, which is to just drag in and use it as a prefab elsewhere.
Well, ultimately, you drag in the whole other level to this.
Yeah.
To do that. These are like all like rules errands I'm suggesting here.
Just extreme nonsense we ain't gonna go for. I think let's do some Googling. Let me get back to the Eden Zoo. We'll do some lighting. Atmosphere, fog, I don't know. Real basic lighting. Skylight.
Interesting. So they have a specific light for sky.
That makes sense. Lighting from the sky is different than other types of lighting.
It's pretty intense, yeah. Change the thing. I don't know if this is what I want though. Or like very, very faint doorbell happening. Thank you.
Yeah, we just have to make sure the power outage doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, if it happens, like it's still recording on my machine, so I'll just upload it to YouTube later. Oops, making sure. Is anyone in chat?
Let's take a quick look.
Ow! Ow! I hurt my elbow. No,
Sorry for
my
that.
foot. Bumped my dang old.
Chat has 3 people.
This is a directional light. Atmosphere sunlight. Okay, here's the problem. It's not. Wait, maybe it's. It is checked. Believe that. Oh, yep. So that's correct. It says controlling the sun. Change the light color, I think is. Whoa, it's kind of wobbly. Look at this. Just change the lighting.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's cool.
It looks just like real life. I am going to be so excited when 5 to 10 years from now, built-in ray tracing will be standard in computer graphics cards, and it will not be as expensive as graphics cards are right now. Thanks a lot, Bitcoin.
Oh, you think Bitcoin will bust and people will stop buying the graphics cards?
Huh?
You think they're gonna stop buying the graphics cards? That's why it'll be cheaper?
No. Yes and no. First off, there's already signs that graphics cards, Bitcoiners are no longer buying graphics cards because the algorithm to generate them has changed to be memory based.
Okay. You said RAM's gonna shoot up in price?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, it would be. We were just
Oh, did they make it
briefly.
CPU based? No, I think they did make it RAM based. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we were just talking, well, as was mentioned briefly, I was looking at a review of the new graphics cards from NVIDIA, and they don't seem to be like huge improvements like in the past. It's like an 8 or 10% improvement over current gen.
Yeah, but ray tracing, it makes the shadows look a lot nicer, and the reflections. Any metallic reflections will look great now. And by now I mean 5 years in the future.
Well, this video will probably still be up then.
Lighting build failed. Swarm failed to kick off.
Maybe it'll be available for the next console push. Maybe that's what they'll be trying to sell on.
Well, yeah, that's what they've been trying to sell the ray tracing stuff on. Have you seen the demo that they created for it?
Yeah, the demo that took, what, like 16 video cards and it was at 30 frames a second, the Star Trooper one?
Yeah, they just took one video card.
No, it was more than one. The actual one at the demo reel?
No, I believe the demo reel was running for specifically exactly one graphics card that NVIDIA produced. But mind you, it's the one that's like $3,000.
No, well. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It looks nice, but I don't know. Technology's not inevitable. Like 3D is supposed to be a good thing. VR and 3D in the movies, but sometimes people just don't care about it.
I care about it.
Yeah, it'd be sweet. It look nice, but yeah.
Well, the thing about ray tracing is that it is by and far the most accurate depiction of anything really in regards to computer graphics realm. One of the biggest problems, of course, that video games currently have is that they cannot really create convincing human skin. Human
complex.
Yes, human skins are complex, and it's easy to show that off by, if you place a flashlight on top of wood, for example, most of the time the wood is thick enough that the light will not go through it. Such is not true with the human flesh. As it turns out, if you place your laptop, or not your laptop, if you place a flashlight on your pinky, for example, it will shine through red on the other side. So from a graphics perspective, then that makes it a very terribly difficult problem, because the current method that we're using right now, which I believe is called raster graphics, does a great job of depicting any sort of graphics that are absolutely solid and light doesn't really come through. But for stuff like marble, where you can see a light through it if it's thin enough, and especially for human skin, where the light does penetrate through the skin after about a certain amount before it finally figures out that it needs to bounce back off, and that's what we see in our eyes. It does a very bad job of depicting that specific mechanism because it's literally not made to do that. Ray tracing, on the other hand, requires some significant algorithm change on how it targets the skin color, generally is already built to do that kind of stuff anyways. So, like when you look at, for example, Pixar movies, the latest ones, not the Toy Story ones because those are all toys, but like if you're looking at, for example, Up and whatnot, you kind of realize, wow, they did a fantastic job on making the skin look incredibly convincing, despite the cartoon graphics, and that's because their skin is acting just like marble does. A little bit of light goes through it, and that's the magic of ray tracing. They're using ray tracing to make that happen. Now, to be clear, Pixar also has the luxury of, having a render farm and have that do the rendering for you. And on top of that, not in real time, just, as long as it takes. So they don't care if their application can only render 1 frame per second, because for all they care, they just need to get the final picture and then composite that together into a movie.
Yeah, it'll make for some good-looking games. In the meantime, just give your players clothing. 5 years, though. I think it's 10 years. 5 years seems a little optimistic, but maybe not.
I mean, currently our biggest problem right now is that we do most computers do a pretty terrible job of depicting high resolution or high poly models that's in real time. That's our main problem. I would agree with anyone when they say that no amount of ray tracing is going to fix that, because that's not a ray tracing problem, that's a memory problem. That's a memory and CPU problem, excuse me. Mostly, I think it's mostly CPU. It's not really a memory problem because today's machines have a lot of memory. But yeah, it's definitely a CPU problem if memory serves correct. No pun intended. But like a lot of things, when you switch it up to ray tracing, becomes free because the ray tracing algorithm makes it delightfully optimized for that purpose. I don't know. Do you know ray tracing, Frederica? No. I should probably explain ray tracing. There's technically two different kinds of ray tracing, but they both follow the same line of thinking. The first kind basically shoots out a ray from a pixel on the screen, and then it just kind of traces all the way until it hits a surface. And then from that surface, it figures out, one, what is the color of that surface, and two, does it reflect? If it does reflect, then reflect in that direction at that angle, and then it goes to the next location and tries to calculate how much color gets blended in from that location, as well as what the angle is, if it's going to reflect or not, so on and so forth. And basically just keeps going until either one, it reaches whatever is the maximum reflection threshold that you added in, or two, most likely, or equally as likely, it goes below a certain reflection value threshold, and it just says, well, this is good enough. And then it colors that pixel to whatever it calculates that cumulative color to.
Oh, okay.
Right, when you think of it that way, it's like, oh, this is really simple to understand. It's just bouncing.
Yeah.
It's a reverse direction. Like your eyes do not actually emit light, but it's a very Cyclops from X-Men, of course, a very Cyclops methodology where it just right. It just shoots out a laser and then does some light calculation, have that bounce in a different direction, does more light calculation, and then accumulates all that light information and colors that pixel on the screen. So then, how does computer graphics with ray tracing work? Well, it just colors. It just figures out what the color should be on a single pixel on the screen. Graphics rendering is literally that simple, conceptually speaking.
All right, that's good to know.
Right. That's the first method. The second method is it takes a limited number of lights, then does basically exactly the same thing, but checks to see if it actually hits the screen or not.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the former does have some inaccuracies, but the former method does have some inaccuracies, but it is more efficient because you know exactly how many numbers of rays you need to shoot out. It's however many pixels there are on the screen. Versus the other method, which is significantly more arbitrary because a couple of rays will just go into the nether and never hit the screen whatsoever. So you have to figure out a way to pull that. Anyways, I believe the NVIDIA methodology that the demonstration had was specifically the second method. And that is why they chose the Stormtrooper video, because, hey, guess what? Stormtroopers have very metallic suits, and that's a fantastic way of demonstrating, one, lighting, and two, reflections, because ray tracing is excellent at reflections. But other things that comes free with ray tracing includes fog, because that's just a matter of, in between the travel from here to there, there's some color to add in. It's like, that's not a significant thing to add in. Same is technically true for marble and skin too. It's just a matter of, before you do the reflection, also add this color value based on the degree of reflection value and so forth. So it's not like a significant there's a lot of benefits behind it, is what I mean to say.
Yeah. Yeah, if I remember, I think one of the things was the reflections. It was off-screen objects that also reflected. It was a big who about the videos too. So
Right.
if something was off-screen, it was, and I guess there's a way to do it where if it's off-screen, you're just not going to see that reflection. I remember that being a big who too.
Right. I also mentioned that shadows will look a lot nicer. Right now we have a very rudimentary method of depicting shadows in the sense that all we do is figure out the shape based off of where the sun direction is, and then we're like, all right, well, this is our cutout shape. Let's plop that texture on the floor. It's ridiculously simple. And any sort of fudge factor added in is just, all right, where's the border of that shadow? Make it look fuzzy. It's a weird hack. But ray tracing, on the other hand, well, shadows are easy to depict because it's just, light not hitting there. So you calculate, by default, you calculate that as a dark color. And then if some light manages to get through that location, then you give it just a little more value, so on and so forth. And so you get the fuzzy edges for free right off the bat. There's just a whole lot of benefits of switching to ray tracing. The only reason why nobody has used it for real-time rendering purposes is literally because it's super expensive to render.
That would be a drawback.
Right. In real time, especially.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want it to be real time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, even as a person that really likes non-photorealistic rendering, I still feel like there's a huge amount of potential for non-photorealistic rendering purposes as well. Because I mean, like, so I think of all sorts of lighting algorithms that you can make and use that as a way of adjusting the color information in the model. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do with that. But yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to the next generation of graphic cards and video games that utilizes them. I mean, I'm sure when the next gen consoles come out, we'll have ray tracing as standard, with an exception of Nintendo. But Nintendo does what Nintendo does.
Well, yeah, it might be that fudgy standard, like how they say all games are going to be 1080 and then they weren't, or all games are going to be 4K and they're not on console end. So, but yeah, for PC, I could totally see it. I don't believe any of the console people say Sony and Microsoft in particular when they say things like that, just because they can't guarantee it. Well, they haven't. I guess the history showing that they haven't guaranteed it. Speaking of lighting, what have you done here, John?
Messed up a few things.
It looks like you put some new volumes in there.
I copied and pasted the things, which it did what I expected to do, which was break immediately. I also don't know. Alright, I'm gonna just...
But did you fix the problem? That was
No.
the thing. Oh, okay.
I believe it is worse now.
Oh. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's fine.
But this is like what I'm trying to get.
An island floating in the clouds?
Well, like, cause this lighting is nice, where like the shadows aren't too. I don't know. It's like the other version, like everything looks a lot sharper, and this one, everything looks a lot more like muted and restrained. Which I don't know if it's like just the lighting is different physically, or like the shapes I'm using in the other one are just too sharp and rigid and whatnot. But playing around with both versions. Yeah, because you see, like it's I don't know. Now, what if actually?
You gave him an idea.
Nope. Did not.
He
do it.
lost that idea. Good
Do
job,
not want.
everyone.
So see what is, you think there's a processing effect? So the volume up there. That muted shadows. I mean, you must see it much more than I do, but you've got a finer eye to it than I do.
Yeah. I think I'm going to. This is a thing. I'm just going to remove shadows. Makes it look a little weirder, but what have you. Actually, what I might do. So if I go to.
Because those things are static and the other things aren't, and the other thing.
Maybe. What I'm gonna try and do is add like a little like point light to this where.
Now there goes your rudimentary texture Carl was talking about. Oh, it's back now. We erased it. And you returned it.
Oh, the shadows? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with the shadows here. This texture is bad. Oh. Now we fix a whole ton of stuff. That's alright. I made things a smidgen better.
Oh, that shadow looks nice. Why don't you get that one?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Instead of that big dark splotch in the other screen.
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Is the skybox not contributing?
I don't think it is.
How strange. It's one of those things I wish I can help on, but I can't.
You're doing your best. Oh my god.
Maybe a little fuzzier.
Wow.
That's a solution. Just make it at night. And then
Yeah.
put it in a new.
No one can see it.
Now no one can see our chinchilla.
Just put little candles around, right? And then it's solved. Then your problem with the shadows becomes a solution. Because everything's a shadow. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that little circly hopper dot thing.
Oh, yeah, so it's like, I mean, these shadows look really bad. I mean, just chinchillas, I don't know.
They look so dark.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a way I can make the shadows like lighter at all, it's like kind of just the point I'm at right now.
Are you missing like reflection probes or lighting probes or anything similar to that effect?
I don't know.
Because the only other reason I can think of is the materials are simply not made to take indirect lighting into account.
That's probably it.
Huh?
Well, I was gonna say that's probably it, but like it looks fine in the other.
In this, in there, wait, look how good we can make it look more.
Dang it! No, not the one I wanted. Yeah, like here, like everything, like the shadows look really good.
Well, does it? Bring the tree into the scene.
That's true.
Nope, it's on a tree, right? That doesn't look that good, does it?
It looks
the
better.
reflection still works.
Yeah, that's like the thing I'm saying is like the reflection. It doesn't look as like extreme here. Those look kind of hard to
It's
tell.
at least simple.
It's easier to tell on my screen than it is on the projector, I think.
You disappointed us, chinchillas.
Rockefeller says Tara is providing emotional support.
Use race tracing, John.
Yeah, well, Unreal will be the one you could do it in first, for sure.
Yeah.
Uni will get it probably in like 2020.
I did find it funny when AMD was like, oh, we can make things look just as beautiful using current technology. And I'm like, but you don't understand why ray tracing is awesome. I think they do, and they're just like trying to not sound like they're behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vertically affect your indirect line for pre-computer lighting by adjusting the environment color in the world settings.
I do confess that with ray tracing, things are probably going to look worse before they get better, which is a really weird thing for me to say. But the reason why I say that is because we're going to make a lot of assumptions of like, oh, this technology is clearly the better way of doing things, only to immediately find out, oh snap, we lose a lot of performance because we chose this method.
Yeah, I can believe that. That's not too far-fetched. Like, first moving to 3D.
Right.
Everything looked like garbage.
So I expected things to just look, if not worse, only incrementally better. But after that, like I fully expect, another 5 years for developers to be like, oh, or developers and artists in particular be like, oh, this is how you make things look nice, and not have 15 frames per second. And then we'll have some really nice real-time graphics.
For the ray tracing, does the resolution matter? Do you know what the resolution was at for the Stormtrooper thing?
1920 by 1080, I believe.
But yeah, because if it's per pixel, then resolution has to matter, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, but by increasing the pixel, ray tracing performance drastically decreases, because imagine trying to do that in like 8K or 16K TV. It's like, oh no,
Hey, we're at 4K now. Come on, let's like that's the new hotness. 16K, good lord.
I believe they've already announced 8K.
Yeah.
And 16K is in the works. I don't know what's going to happen after 16K. They may go for, I don't know, 32K after that, but generally speaking, my understanding is that we start reaching towards a limit with 16K in regards to whether a human eye can distinguish pixels or not.
Yeah, I feel a lot of us are already at that level with 1080p, but we got 4K.
Oh no,
sit far enough away.
Well, yes, that's the point. With 4K though, like if you're sitting near the TV, the difference is pretty clear.
Yeah.
So I think
You got it?
people were saying that by default the shadows are black, but you can change the environment color to something lighter, which I think will fix it. The issue being that we need to build, and it is breaking on light. says is that this error, which I don't know how to fix.
Swarm failed to kick off. What
Yeah.
is that? Swarm. Well, just leave the swarm behind, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's like as common as the null reference error.
If it is raining outside, it's not raining that hard anymore.
Yeah,
That's
kind
good.
of stopped.
I think Outage might be out there.
Alright, we're doing some.
Birdie.
Hey, we were just talking about you.
I'm glad you're dry.
Thank you. Mostly dry.
We were wondering for everybody.
It was peeling off by the time
Okay, good.
I was playing. I noticed you have the lights on, which is not a good sign.
No?
Yeah, we're struggling with the lighting, of all things.
Yes, actually.
Oh, but I see.
We just happen to have the lights on this time.
What is happening? What is this? It's just.
Weird.
Folders?
Those usually are light map folders, right?
I don't know what these are. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not gonna sneeze, I guess. If I could find saved engine.
That's what it was.
I need to check out. Nope. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is like something
Oh, light mass.
I should probably never have.
God damn it. No, I need that. I need to find the source. I think we're getting closer. Nope, we're not getting closer.
Oh my god. Like,
Oh no, maybe I
Can
should.
you just like search the file name?
Yeah, that's true. I might make a.
To hide your folders?
No, I'm gonna make it so people can see my folders.
Oh, even better.
So because I just realized like no one's seen like any of the things that are there, so.
Yeah.
So people can at least see this like nightmare of a thing I'm trying to do. So I guess for people catching up, I'm trying to find the, I guess everything crashing. I'm trying to find the source. I'm looking for the SNL. SLN.
I see swarm.
UE4. Come on.
Working on it. Working on it.
No.
You don't even
No.
have anything to delete, huh?
Well, I don't need to delete it. I need to open that in Visual Studio and rebuild it. But it's not,
Well, reinstall Unreal.
Swarm interface? Open up Visual Studio, which I don't think anyone will be able to see. I'm not gonna switch over to Visual Studio because I just needed to build a thing if this works.
Alright, everybody imagine Visual Studio on
Yes.
this stream. Just imagine it.
Yes. Or you could do a Google image search. I'm sure somewhere where there's someone in a screenshot of Visual Studio.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. 4.6.
This is alright. I feel like we may have entered a rabbit hole, I think, of nonsense. I am actually I was gonna say I'm gonna close and reopen, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Save selected.
It sounds like a sound plan. Have you restarted the computer yet?
Yeah.
Of course, why do you ask?
Realizing never actually transitioned over, so that window was there, but no one was seeing it.
Well,
There we
we started
go.
again anyways. Yeah.
Back to streams, build the game. There we go. Oh yeah. If this doesn't do it, I think I will attempt that fix before I upload it. But I think at this point it is not worth trying to do this on troubleshoot this on stream. Restore now.
Hold it. Oh, you gonna restore Wild Building?
Yeah, I guess.
It's this.
I guess that was what I ended up doing.
Click all the buttons at the same time. Just click on
Yeah,
the
just
Ah, did that work?
no, I don't think it's gonna work.
Wild Building fail.
Yeah. All right, it's fine.
Map check.
We'll live with it for the time being, and I'll fix it before it. I will attempt to fix before it's uploaded. But I think at this point it's 10 o'clock.
You can get the rest of the chinchillas in here.
Yeah.
You should bring this to the next interactive showcase. As seen on.
Yeah. Well, we could.
That would be a good advertisement for televisions.
Yeah, I was saying I was like hoping to get this on HEO this weekend. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but I think within the next week I'll make attempts to get it uploaded and on there. Alright, so we got chinchillas that chilling chinchillas.
Outage. Turn into chupacabras.
These are big. I just realized these are like chinchillas are tiny.
Yeah, they're not small as mice, but they're not that big.
So what if we went into
And they have no trees in their pen. That's such a lonely existence.
Oh yeah.
You have no shade. Yeah, they're just gonna burn in the sun.
Aw.
you said that and now I have to do that.
That reminds me of like pet lizards. My mom left them out in the sun. And we came back and they were just like
no.
dry potato chips.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. And
Oh,
she's
no.
like, well, I thought, they like sun, they're lizards. I mean, I was a little kid, I didn't know any better. But yeah. That's just kind of what it reminded me of there. So maybe you don't give them a tree or two, so I could avoid that trauma. Yeah.
Nope,
She felt really bad, so I don't ever bring that up anymore.
No.
And like,
Whoops.
I mean,
My mom
No.
talked about how she found a lizard, grabbed it by its tail, and of course a lizard, flees by just letting their tail go.
Some species lizard do that, yeah.
Right. So this lizard did. She called it again and cut off even further of whatever was left of the tail because she's like, well, if you're gonna have your tail cut off, well, you gotta have the rest of it completely off.
God.
what?
Wow.
Like she cut it off?
Yes.
You know, I think
What?
oh my gosh.
What?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Now we can't go back or something, huh? Like there's a particular, anyways. That's
So
kind of cool, I guess. It hops pretty high.
Yeah. I've heard of lizards. There's some lizards that they'll like shoot blood out of their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Look, there's a little bit of skill now involved in hitting them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
they're enjoying it.
Amazing.
Is it because there's no ground detector? Is that what's happening?
It's because like I changed the base scale of it down significantly, so I think whatever I need to adjust like whatever values I had for it jumping and possibly some collision and weight stuff.
Ah, it looks good like this. We'll just throw them all in here, like at the size. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Right, you try to get them to pop on your head.
Yeah, it's kind of working.
I like this new gameplay dynamic is quite interesting.
Yeah.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
And then you could just put like hundreds of them here in this pen.
What is happening? It won't come back down. This is the rest of the stream. Apparently,
Flying
because it's.
chinchillas.
Oh, whoops.
Everyone be careful.
Chinchillas can fly.
Anything can happen now.
Yeah.
What in the world was?
Carmen San Diego.
I think it was where in the world.
What in the world is Carmen?
Some kind of eldritch abomination with this penchant for landmarks? I don't know. Right about that. She was always stealing landmarks and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, chinchillas are landmarks.
They're more like animals.
Well, they mark the land.
What is this?
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Remember what all this is doing?
No.
Is there a way to comment things?
Yeah, there is. It's like
Is it like, go on.
Wait, nope.
There's gotta be a way to comment, right?
I would think. Oh, okay. Add comment. There you go.
You just make it as a background for your various nodes.
Yeah, just put a comment and have it like indistinctly not at any of the nodes, just kind of general thing. This controls that, and then you don't know which one it is. Just the background.
So this is all right. So this is change it to the. This makes a check for Chupacabra time. I think this decreases the happiness. What the hell does this do? That's
Language.
a delay. I'm very justified in my language.
Well, that's impulse. That's got to be the jumping, right? What else would you be adding impulse?
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, that might do it.
Yeah, it's not going this high anymore.
It's just. Alright, so I need to.
Make the sand less heavy.
I either need to make the chinchilla more heavy or the sand less heavy. I think I will do something. Something will happen here. Tile viewport. We're looking at physics here. Oh yeah, so let's make this 40.
See
I
if
think
it's
I-
open.
It's not much of a shallow. That's all.
Oh, okay. Can you do that? Which one?
No, I need to make it more heavy. What am I doing?
Do you want to
Yeah.
If it goes in, man.
11. You can grab some stuff.
That's sorry. It's not bouncing as much anymore now.
Yeah, I think because. Yeah. Let's do one more. Let's make this 300. Let's bring that back up to 2500. Definitely could have made all this a lot easier on me, but in terms of like just making them all editable variables.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'm happy with the.
The physics.
Yeah, like that's pretty good, I think. Look, he's got his little tiny cowboy hat. Let's bring this back.
I'm happy with the physics. This changes when I
Yeah. Well, that's not the physics. That's like the that's
The
like the
jump,
jumping power. Yeah. See, so now it's like now it's a little hoppy. Whoa!
Nice.
Oh my God!
You gotta hit his face again.
Oh. This looks kind of violent. This looks as though we're doing a dust bath. And
Yeah. Ping pong chinchillas. So here it is. I'm gonna go back and back. I'm going to change this. What does this mean? Oh, that means there's a breakpoint there.
Well, that's common too, right?
Yeah, this was a default thing, so. All right, so now we have infinite ammo, because I'm not.
No, I scrap the vending machine idea.
I was like thinking. Well, I was thinking through it, and it's like there's not really a point to it, because then it's just giving the player like an unnecessary thing to do. Like, I mean, there's barely even a point to like this existence besides you know, just like enjoying these creatures.
Well, you just have to have a vending machine with sandbags and chinchillas, and now we have a point.
Yeah. Now what I'm thinking.
And then when you open the gate, all the chinchillas runs away, and then they leave a little gift.
okay.
I have 50 minutes to finish this game.
Well, okay, yeah.
I'm thinking.
Just gotta get him face in the direction of the runaway point, and then just have him move forward.
I think I'm gonna do a little like. So we'll actually give him a little bit of shade.
What about the tree?
Yeah, we'll give him some plant, some vegetation here.
Some water too.
Yeah.
No, I guess water is good. But they have to drink, right? They can't
Yeah, I
just-
would imagine it would be
think it's drink dust can.
I just think that they roll around in dust. Let's see. It's possible to get the water from the food. But that's it.
Yeah.
It has to be a small amount, right? Because isn't water like dangerous to them?
Well, getting it in their fur can cause them to grow fungus on the fur.
That was it. Yeah. Oh, the doghouse. I like it.
Nope, wrong one. I like the one under this one better, so I'm just gonna I don't know what I'm doing.
No, it's good. I'm just
Yeah.
noticing they don't get too much shade because the angle to the sun, but it's I'm liking the little huts. So it's like a little house of sorts, dog house, chinchilla house, a rooster house. Yeah, it looks nice.
Let's give this some kind of.
Maybe have it spit out chinchillas.
Well, that was where I was going next.
Oh,
I think.
make it a devotion. Oh,
What?
What's that?
Oh, it's a bush. Interesting. So it is actually. I want to look for. Where's that wood, yo? There we go.
Gives them a lot of shade, but it absorbs all the heat from the sun. The dark colors on this video. It's okay, we don't talk about that. Yeah. You can see how little guys, this is gonna be like their spawner. Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
So if we make this single mesh. So we'll take that spawner we had for the meteor spawn. We'll take. Whoa, actually, we don't. Put us. So we have this sphere. Let's remove that. Static mesh. And static mesh will be. Oops. So I don't know what direction is anything. So let's plop that in here. So all this is going to do is just spawn a bunch of meteors inside the house. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Did it spawn then? It spawned.
Look at that. They're just popping out.
That's cool.
Why is this happening?
Doesn't matter. It works. It's a gift. I mean, they're larger than the tiny ones, but it's a gift.
Spawn 2 at a time. Alright, that's goofy.
At some point, I guess it must have changed the meteors to falling chinchillas.
I suppose.
I think I might call that chinchillas from falling from the sky.
I don't know how much I like this. Actually, I know a thing to fix this roof.
Put an invisible blocking volume.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, I forgot that probably should have some collision, but I'm not. I don't know, it's just some. I don't think it had the. It's just some to keep it busy. I think. Wait. Not pine, I want walnut. There. Makes it look a little. It's smidgen better. Here they come. Just landed
they are
on it.
shooting up, right?
Yeah. So because it was designed to originally like point downwards, so I think I need to push them out of the house horizontally. Also need to add a limit because this is a lot of things running right now. It's got a lot of timers it's doing. I do like like this like gigantic floating chinchilla factory.
Yeah, it's amazing though, a little bit of art.
Now we have this tiny chinchilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
Are they all going to turn into chupacabras?
Yeah, they should be.
You gonna wait a moment and watch for the first turn? How long was it? Do you know if it's still like a long time?
Probably like a minute. We'll see how like intense the. I'm gonna get some water while we wait.
Chupacabra break, huh? Yeah, this should be fine. It's not gonna attack. Kind of looks like a lot, but not really. It's not like a lot of things happening on the screen.
in there now. One of them is going to turn into a chupacabra.
Yeah, they should happen in equal waves. Oh, that one flew away.
I mean, look how much this would look better with ray tracing. Not just kidding.
It probably would.
So, stream, let us know if the game starts lagging.
Huh. I thought by now we would have saw something.
I mean, look at them. They're now stacking on top of each other. It's turning into Minecraft. We can build a bridge with chinchillas now.
Well, I mean, an obvious objective would turn off the factory somehow, but oh, I think one of them.
They should be
Sure.
starting to like.
Oh, one of them disappeared.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I see them
disappeared.
like disappearing. The chupacabras are probably in there somewhere. They're just. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the other things aren't spawning in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does the game do that? Like it'll.
I don't know. I don't think it should.
I don't think it should. It doesn't mean it doesn't.
that's cute right there.
We're up to.
Someone knows.
Nope, they're there.
That's every day of my job.
Is that like the statement on the board at work?
Yeah. It's
Think-
doing
Maybe falling through the earth, I think is what's happening. Because they're definitely spawning.
They seem in the hierarchy. It's not a scene mode though, it's like freeform.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, want some camera time. Oh, there it is. So can you like go into the? Well, I guess they would just fall to oblivion, wouldn't they? Yeah, it's surprising that all of them, you wouldn't even see one of them, huh? No, there's one.
There's one.
Is that the baby one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's the baby one. So we're up to.
Oh, there's one inside the factory.
What is happening? They're all just spawning in like the one location.
So does that mean it's
Should
only
take us-
using its starting position where it spawns? Not
I
its
don't-
current position?
God, maybe.
Because if they're all in there and the baby one's going outside, that's the only thing that started outside.
Yeah.
I don't know why
I
that
feel
would
like
be the
it's
case.
not. I feel like I kind of correct. It. I don't know.
I don't know, unless it's because, well, it wouldn't be if it was stack thing, because some of them that aren't even stacked are disappearing.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because already it's like behaving differently because I changed the prefab of the chinchilla to be smaller, so it's weird that it's bigger unless it's like scaling it to the size of the house, and then maybe it's like maybe it's let me look at this. All right.
Why would it do that?
There's-
The meteors weren't, oh, I guess I don't know what there was one.
Yeah.
I just can't explain any of it. Alright. Erase it, redo it.
Let's look scale.
Yeah, it's scaling it at one point, isn't it? That scale right there? Get active scale, or are you just getting the scale?
Yeah, I think so. It's getting the spawn transform from the. So it's getting that all from the actor, which includes the scale. So actually, what happens if we just
approve. That sounds good. Just delete it and see what happens. Are they tiny?
Not really. Because they should, like, I want them to be like this size.
So it's interesting that you deleted it and nothing changed. Oh well, you just made your code more efficient.
So what if I just cheap it out and just hard code?
Works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it built a game last one, so hard code the whole game. Uh-oh.
Oh, the scale's right. Oh my goodness.
Well, this looks a little less weird. Well, okay,
That's one way to say it,
a
yeah.
little less crowded. It looks, they're not bouncing all over the place quite as,
I mean, they're
not quite as
jumping.
much, okay.
Yeah.
It's like going through the wall. Okay, it's so weird. Never mind.
I mean, you throw your sandbags at them. Well, I guess they're enjoying it.
What happens if you stand in the spawner? Wait, you gonna block the
Oh,
spawner?
I'm stuck.
Oh, you probably have spawning underneath you.
Yeah. I think it's like I'm colliding into them and they're exploding, which is the thing.
Oh, that's still on, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I bump into one and.
We'll call that legacy code, right?
Actually, no. Maybe it's when they bounce. No, I think when they bounce into each other.
Is it because when you're standing on them, you're on the hat and not on the chinchilla?
Look at that.
It's like a big family.
It's like rabbits.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, so what's the objective now with this?
Capture that as a screenshot.
Good deal.
Good deal, yeah, you can give it to the,
Of this
oh,
one.
I guess I should be taking pictures of this, for communications. Put it on the
So-
social medias.
It was done for the itch.io screenshot too.
I'm thinking what I might do now, because I don't think the chinchilla, I don't think the chupacabras are going to have a behavior. Well, they're not going to have a behavior because I'm not coding that up in 30 minutes. But I think what I might do is change the I think I'm going to actually add the model to the chinchilla, so like it'll just swap the model rather than this whole convoluted thing of like deleting and creating a new instance of a actor, because I think that might fix a lot of things. Plus it'll also keep the chupacabras will then start bouncing and
that'd be good.
exploding. Alright, so
Let's see. Do another quick GIF of that.
static mesh.
Or GIF, but.
Sorry.
What was it? Zyfe?
It's like,
Zyfe.
It's a running joke.
yeah.
That's just a picture of
It's my way of trolling Anthony whenever he comes along.
Would it help if other people said Zyfe too?
No. That's exactly why I use the term Zyfe.
Well, I mean, it would help with the trolling, I guess.
Oh, look
Real
at this.
question.
What's happening here?
Oh no.
Just scaling on one.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Flat.
I mean, it looks 3D from here.
Horrifying.
Do not want.
Yeah.
God, it's super low. looks like. It just like exploded inside out. Just look at that. He's wearing a Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah. I was getting eaten.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay, so this is
sounds about right.
so I'm changing this. So I need to change the happiness. Actually, I'll undo what I just did. So we can delete most of this, I think, because right now, so now we just have like a mesh that it's going to swap with rather than a trying to retrieve like a brand new thing.
That's cool. That works. Let's see if it
Yeah,
works.
so
My fingers are crossed for you. Toes as well.
So I'm thinking, all right, so I'm thinking first thing you should do is make a check for maybe just if it's happiness is less than 0, then nothing, maybe? Or no, so this is enabled. Viewport. Can I promote this to variable? Come on, static mesh. No, what? How do I get this? I'm at the point I'm trying. Like this is some like magic I just straight up did. I guess. Get. No, I need. How in. Oh, there we go. we'll do is we'll make a check for 0 happiness, and we'll make a check to see if this is. Not equal. Wait, what? Good Lord. Alright, so, oh my lord. Alright, so I'm thinking, so monster, if monster component is not visible, and then happiness is less than 0, if true, then
I'll be with you in 1 second. Just Instagramming the dancing rats with blueberry hats.
what?
It's a short description of, you know, they were bouncing up and down on the screen. It's the quickest way for me to get the video to our communications person. Basically.
Alright, I think this should work.
Everyone get ready.
So we change the happiness to, let's say, 5. Question. What just happened?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I mean, it spawned a chupacabra.
Did it just save? Can we save all this? So, like, this should not have the ability. Oh, so I didn't make, alright, okay. So this is, I'm weirded out. Okay, so this is not like, alright.
At the 11th hour mesh swap not work.
So I know one thing I did that isn't working, is I did not make this, I did not set the visibility of this to invisible. Oh my god. Look at this.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That hat works for that, that behavior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there we got it. 'Cause for some reason when I email videos to myself, it takes forever.
Maybe I just need to. All right.
You can do it, John. I believe in
I
you.
can do it.
Don't let your dreams just be dreams.
Isn't it don't let your dreams be memes?
Don't let your dreams be memes or something. I don't know. I'm just babbling.
Babble. Well.
Interesting.
Are all the hats also like already on the object or just set to active or hanging on some random number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to adjust them so.
So does this mean you have to disappear the hat and the chinchilla image?
Well, I have been doing that, but now I'm adjusting it. Oops. So the monster itself will be.
We'll have the hat?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, at least then you can tell them apart.
Right.
That's a nice reusing of assets. Nintendo would be proud.
I would also say that it keeps some sort of like when the chinchilla disappears, it's like, well, what happened to it? Well, of course, it just got replaced by a chupacabra. You just have to look at the hat, and now you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, intelligent use of visual.
Is that a chinchilla inside? It's impenetrable.
Oh, I know what happened. I just saved it with the wizard hat with multiple things visible. Oh yeah. Alright, so I think I'm understanding what's happening. This is not like Unity. I'm just literally making it invisible. It's not like changing the physics of the creatures. So they both have like their own collider, so that's why it's offset.
Okay.
So I was kind of thinking of it in Unity terms, but I need to. Holy moly.
Very complicated.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I think, will work out better than we had it before, but. Oh, interesting. So, real, disable, component. component. If I do this, what? You can solve this issue by getting the child actor from the child actor component and casting that to your actor. Then you can deactivate it from there.
What?
Cast to child actor, target the child. What? That's confusing. I think this will be the last thing I do on this. I do like, I mean, I do really like this effect of like, just these houses,
Yeah,
houses of
great.
chinchilla. Oh my goodness. it's just on its belly. Oh, there it
That's
goes.
cool. It flies around now.
Alright. I can hit him.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It doesn't bounce around like the other guy. Or does
No.
it? It shouldn't it though? Because he just
Well, I
flesh.
think what I need to do is so technically like the chinchilla and the chupacabra are like two separate meshes. So I don't know, like I guess basically they're considered like two completely separate objects, and all I'm doing currently is I'm disabling the visibility on it. So the chinchilla is still somewhere invisible, bouncing and exploding and whatnot.
Oh.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
that
like
doesn't
right
seem-
there.
That doesn't seem okay. Interesting.
So what I need to do is figure out how I can like transfer the active components so like it just reads the chupacabra instead of the chinchilla.
No, the more you explain it, the more I'm liking the whole delete and replace thing.
Yeah.
Too late for that now. It's interesting. So it doesn't, it treats it as its own object, huh? Because it's all, I guess, stuff. So maybe there is a simple way just to say, hey, read this thing instead. You could set a bool, I guess.
I think this is it. Alright, there we go. So instead of invisible, let's say is active. There we go. We're getting somewhere now.
Oh, it's raining again. That's right. There you
Yellow.
are.
No, we don't want that. see where this gets us. So now we're actually disabling and something's fishy still happening.
You can do it.
There, fix that. Sorry. Get move it. Those are nice and big waters. Well, I mean, you don't want to end the stream anytime soon, because then you'll be walking on the raid. So let's.
I
Keep at
think
it.
I can get this in like the next 15 minutes. 'Cause
Oh yeah, I was just saying maybe the raid will stop in the next 15 minutes.
yeah. I guess. I don't mind extending it because I think I'm at a point where I'm comfortable just like, you know, like what we have right now is like it's goofy and cute and you shoot chinchillas with dust baths.
Yeah.
So I just need it. If I can like fix this bug, then like I'll be happy.
Sounds good. That gives us a nice clear goal.
Yeah.
Or we can see immediate results whether we fixed it or not.
Oh, there we go. All right. So actually, it's like this.
Just keeled over. My life is not worth it all, man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, did you change the timer so it's like
I made it so like they're in so right now they're both spawning at the same time, but I think I need to, oh my god, this is just a mess.
Oh,
Seems to be a lot more chupacabras than chinchillas. Alright. Interesting.
I mean, isn't that how evolution works? I'm joking, by the way.
more chupacabras and chinchillas.
I like the comic where somebody drew Darwin playing Pokemon.
No.
Lordy.
I gotta see that, but no. That's not evolution.
That's called metamorphosis.
That's true.
I mean, it rings well under your tongue. Oh no, Pikachu! Oh look, Pikachu is metamorphosizing to Raichu. But yeah, it's for those that
Synthesizing?
yeah.
I'm trying to think of other words for it.
For those that are playing Pokemon and thinking to themselves, oh, that's how. Oh right, they call it evolution in that game. No, that's not how evolution works.
No. Evolution does not happen in one animal even.
I think the way it was explained by my friend is the base assumption, which is not 100% true, but stick with me here. The base assumption of the evolution is that once you're born, that's it. Whatever code that you have on how you're going to grow is written in stone. Now, mind you, that's not
Written in
exactly
DNA,
what's going on.
Well, you can have your DNA expressed in different ways, so that's
Right.
not entirely true, but yeah.
It's a good
you're not
base.
Gonna turn into something. You're not going to go from Pikachu to Raichu.
Right. It's a good base assumption because when you take that into account, you realize, oh, the whole point of evolution is it's just a numbers game. After accumulation of enough mutation over generations,
Yep.
not within one's lifetime, but literally over generations.
It depends. If you're trying to do something in a lab and you're like breeding.
Well, it's still within that.
generations,
Hey,
yeah,
it's
generations
relative.
of, that's right, that
Right,
is
right.
relative, that's true. So it still stands, what you're saying still
Yeah.
stands, sorry.
So when I say generations, I mean relative here, relative to the creature.
Bad.
But yeah,
Just
with,
on the screen.
it's just a simple numbers game of mutation accumulating within generations to a point where new species are born such that they're irrecognizable from a couple of their grandparents before. Like, at least when my friend told me that, I'm like, oh, that makes even more sense than what my high school biology taught me. That look.
Yeah, if Nephron was on the chat, we could probably get a good conversation going. But,
Right. So, like, one thing I kind of started realizing I should start with every conversation whenever evolution is brought up is my definition of evolution I found is not exactly common. I want to make sure what yours is first before we go further.
That's good. Defining terms and stuff like that is always a good, it's good to have the same baseline.
Right. Because I definitely recall myself thinking, like, oh, like Pokemon evolution. But no, that's metamorphosis.
Like in the book by Franz Kafka.
Yes.
He didn't evolve into the bug.
Whoops.
It's like a butterfly into or caterpillar into butterfly.
Yeah.
Well,
So for those who-
multiple things happen.
So for those who are curious as to why we're laughing, John looked back out the window and noticed it's pouring again.
John is not happy about that.
He's so unhappy. He started addressing himself in third person, and everyone knows cartoon villains. Only cartoon villains dares to address themselves in third person.
George Costanza. George is getting upset. I forgot everything I was trying to do.
I'm sorry.
It is. I think I was trying to just swap the mesh, but this mesh is so messed up that like when I go to swap it, like just the transform of it is bad. Like that's what we end up with.
So you gotta swap it, and you gotta rotate it, and you gotta change the size of it.
Of course. It all comes together. It all makes sense now.
So if all right, well,
I think we take some lessons from that. Make sure your assets, right? Or you have good starting assets to begin with. Metapod. Apparently that's Pokemon. According to Taco Bell.
Yes. That's what this says.
impulse.
Caterpie to Metapod, right?
Yes, I believe that's true. It sounds right to me, even though I haven't played a Pokemon game since Red for 5 minutes.
And then Butterfree, yeah. Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree.
I will say the English names of Pokemons are more creative than the Japanese ones.
Really?
Yes. Bulbasaur literally translates to, it's weird.
It's weird.
That's all. I mean, I guess there's a pun in there where the word seed kinda sorta appears, but it literally reads, it's weird.
Oh, it's weird and it sort of suggests there's a seed in there. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Huh.
And then Charmander literally translates to fire and lizard.
What? Charmander. It's got a Charmander.
Yeah, it's got. See, like I said, the U.S. names are actually more creative than the Japanese one. Where the Japanese ones are far more literal.
Oh my goodness.
Pikachu is Pikachu. Although Pikachu is better translated as. I'm trying to. So. Yeah, English doesn't have an onomatopoeia for light turning on. By the way, Japanese language has really weird onomatopoeias. They have onomatopoeias for things that do not make sound.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard examples of them. I've
Right.
never heard any specifics.
But Pikachu kind of stands for the Pikachu roughly translates as lighting up squeak.
Lighting up squeak. Okay.
So chew is squeak, and then Pika is an onomatopoeia for something lighting up.
Okay.
Alternatively, that weird zap. Actually, zap is the closest.
Like a little zap.
Right, yeah.
Like
So it's zap squeak. There we go.
zap squeak.
Zap squeak.
That's Pikachu's real. I thought it was like I've heard it like translate to like an electric mouse or something like that. But no, it's a zap squeak.
It's much closer to zap squeak.
Zap. That sounds incredibly upsetting. Like into a mouse.
Oh wow!
Like a mouse got into the wires.
Exactly. I'll have to research the rest of the names. I didn't bother to memorize them except the starter ones.
Well, there you go, Clara. You should do like a micro talk. The names, the actual names of the Pokemon.
Charmander's name is literally just Fire Lizard. Fire and Lizard. Excuse me, I forgot the and part.
Fire and Blizzard, not Fire Blizzard. It's Fire and the Blizzard. Interesting. It's always interesting to hear about how things are in other languages. Especially something like that's got such a huge cultural impact over here.
Zap squeak.
That really sounds like a really sad thing. I was chewing on some wires.
That's what we should call Nephron Hunter in the future. Zap squeak.
Zap squeak. Yeah, there's some unfortunate things happening to mice there, yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong that technically speaking, the implication is it's supposed to stand for electricity mouse, but they're both onomatopoeias, two onomatopoeias attached to each other. So zap squeak is technically the more literal and accurate translation.
We should just have a one of the micro talks for one of the community nights. Just be Pokemon names and literal translation. I think everyone would love it. But it's interesting that they're like it's sort of implied what they are. Like it's electricity, it's applied electricity and applied mouse.
Right.
Nice, like onomatopoeia. Do they do that a lot in Japan?
Yeah, there's a lot of. Like I said, Japan has a ridiculous number of onomatopoeias, many of which literally does not make any sound in any other culture.
Well, some things, I mean, that sort of seems kind of like, what was it called? Synesthesia almost.
So, for example, the onomatopoeia for snow falling is konkon. Snow falling does not make a sound.
I kind of remember it making a sound when I was younger. And your hearing's really good. It's a very soft rustling noise.
Right. But it turned out it was really interesting to read a Japanese textbook of a group of transfer students where one of them is like, why do you have an onomatopoeia for snow falling? That doesn't make sense. And they're like, That's a good point. They didn't have any reasoning for it. They're like, that's a good point.
Everybody's got something odd about their language or how
Right.
their worldview that they don't see. That's what their culture is all about. Anthropology professor said it's the water that we swim in. I don't know. Metaphor was like that we were like fish in water when it comes to culture.
I think I made my life better.
Huh? You made your life better? So
I just converted, just changed to static mesh.
in Blender?
No, in whoa. There we go. So there's like a thing where you can like convert a actor to a static mesh.
Yeah.
That's what I just did for the chinchillas.
Oh, on YouTube, we got a correction on onomatopoeia. It's not onomatopoeia, it's onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, onomatopoeia.
Okay.
Good point. I got the sound of onomatopoeia wrong. I think that's kind of ironic. Right there.
It's fine. It's fine. I can live with that correction.
Thank you, Valley Dragon.
I wonder what's gonna happen next with Nier Automata. Are they already working on the next sequel?
I don't know. I think they were.
Let's just start making some rumors. Yeah, I heard that they were.
Heard they're gonna put a Spider-Man.
I've
I was gonna say something that was Avengers spoilers.
I've yet to play the game, so I'll get around it when I can. It's already on PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. My understanding is you need a really decked out PC, which I should probably get around to actually building at some point. But I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just gotta wait for those graphics card prices to go down.
It'll come. I'll be looking forward to ray tracing when that happens.
You gonna hold off 5 years for the desktop? I'm already feeling that you should get a desktop.
Keep thinking about it, but I mean, this computer is nice. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just a laptop. That was the thing, I guess. All right.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Think.
decked laptop.
Yes. All right. I have fixed this now.
I don't know. I just find there's something common in like PC where you know what all the parts are because you bought them and put it together. I don't know. Just kind of missing that. Batteries.
Alright, so now what I've done is I made the meshes uniform, so now I could just swap the meshes, and I think this will, so before they were basically treated as separate game objects, now it's just a mesh instead of the game object, so I'm just changed it.
So you made it to the initial goal that you had.
Yeah, which I think I had somehow convinced myself that was not my goal mentally.
It's all in your mind.
You know, what's a Japanese name for mimicry?
I do not know that.
Oh, mimicry, excuse me. Mimikyu.
Oh, you just looked up a Pokemon?
Yeah. It's interesting because in English we just call it mimikyu, but it's there's a specific beat between mimi and q, so mimikyu. Mimikyu.
Mimikyu.
Don't tell me bad.
Oh, Taco Bill guessed Mimikyu in chat. You should have looked at chat there.
Mm-hmm. Mimikyu.
I didn't know. He's so fluent in Japanese.
I don't know what that roughly translates to. I think it's actually just taking the English name. Interesting. I said starter Pokemons, but I don't actually remember Squirtle's name.
Squirtle?
Squirtle.
Wasn't that his name? What are you talking? Aren't like their names?
Zenigame.
What was it?
What does Sunny stands for?
Money?
Could be. Kame is turtle. Zenigame.
That's Zenny from.
Or, I mean, I say Kame, but probably Game. It's whatever. It's implied. It's turtle. I don't know what Zenny stands for. Maybe it's just there to make it sound cool, which is not the first time. Oh my goodness. Why did they think this was a good name? Kameru, which is war turtle.
Oh, I've seen it
Kameru.
translated that way.
See, that just...
happening.
Yeah, what is happening?
Seems like you've lost gravity.
This is how the stream ends. They're just ascending into the stratosphere.
I blame you, Pokemon!
Into the heavens.
You no longer wish to be part of this world. Oh my god, what is happening?
Quick, take a recording. Well, they're actually just jumping.
Just jumping as high as I can.
War turtle. Water turtle? Zenny. No. I don't know what Zenny stands for. Kameru is really stupid to me. I guess the mid part is supposed to be curls, but it just sounds an awful lot like email and turtle stuck together.
Email and turtle?
Yeah. Well, turtle and email stuck together. Or mail, excuse me. Notice how mail, kamid in the mid part, sounds a lot like mail. So that's why I'm just thinking to myself, that just sounds stupid. Is it literally just turtle mail?
Turtle mail? It's like snail mail except with the furry.
Snail mail, yeah. When I say mail, I don't mean the gender. I mean
turtle mail is like, it seems like it would be another way of saying snail mail if we didn't do snail.
right.
We didn't want to rhyme.
But it looks like the colliders are not working great there, John.
Yeah.
But maybe the male part is for the weird swirls that the creature has, which would kinda sorta make sense. So it just stands for turtle curl, or maybe turtle. I want to say turtle vortex because at least that sounds cool, but turtle spiral. I don't know. I need to go. My people need me, says Taco Pill. Those are for luck. We will fix this bug.
I think I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting there. I think 10 more minutes. I think 11:30 is my like just hard cutoff, because I think even if I don't know how to fix this right now, like I know what is happening. So if I could fix this in the next 10 minutes, that'll be cool. But if not, just 10 more minutes. Change real. Change static mesh. I don't know. Well, I take it back. I think I just looked at the solution and it's not doable in 10 minutes. So, I do know what's happening, which is like I'm changing the. I don't know. So basically, I know what's happening. I can't explain right now, but I think it is something that I can like fix pretty easily. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. We got like these chinchilla houses that just spawn hundreds of chinchillas. I mean, we got chinchillas, they'll turn into chupacabras, and then you can throw dust bags at them to keep them chinchillas.
I mean, it's a great improvement from
we got
what we started with.
We had this fence, we've got these trees. So yeah, I think there's like a few things I'll do to polish it up, but I think like this weekend I will try to finish it out and get it published on TVGS's things. But
Nice.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Unreal is a really good engine. I don't think I will use it again for this kind of purpose. I was saying at the beginning, it was not a good idea to start out with. Like, trying to learn on the fly along with streaming just is like so draining. Like it is definitely not something like I think I'm able to balance, which I guess, it's good to find it out it's good to find out this way rather than like at gunpoint or something. Streaming for like
Code.
like just streaming an engine. Like some diehard situation, or like streaming this game engine you don't know for 7 weeks. Where the president gets it. So that's kind of my thoughts. I think that's kind of where my mindset of the kind of situation I want to try that again.
Hey everyone, give John a hand.
I wanna,
This is a
It's
crazy
staying with
game.
it.
Right.
this was
Yeah.
goofy. I like how it. I like this final mode of it. This was nice. So and there's not a whole lot I think we need to do to polish it. So I'll just fix some bugs.
Well, it's got build, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta make the build. I gotta add some menus. We'll link back to the YouTube stuff and
So what's next?
oh, nothing.